Okay, today we have Unit 9, Day 3. We're going to be talking about log functions. So at the top here, we're going to take a few notes to help you guys with this unit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our information in exponent form. So what that means is you're going to see something written. You're going to have a big number right here. That's going to be your base number. Up top here, you'll have an exponent, and then that's going to be equal to, we'll just put y here for now, but you guys will kind of see how we're going to work with that in a minute here. So we have our exponent form, which is our base and our exponent here, and then we also have our log form. So this, we're going to take our log, and then we have our base down here, and then our exponent goes on the other side. So you can see we're using the same terms in both of these here, but we're going to kind of go from exponent to log form, log back to exponent. So let's do one example up here. So say we have our base is 2, which matches what we have right here, and we're raising it to the third power. That's our exponent. We're going to solve for that, and that's going to be our y. So 2 to the third power is 8. So we're going to take all of the information we have here, and we're just going to rewrite it in our log form. So we'll rewrite log. And then down here is going to go our base. So our base from that original is 2. And then our y was 8. So log base 2 of 8 equals, and that's our exponent. Our exponent from the exponent form was 3. So if you want to write this out, just like a little reminder for how to say it, you would say log base 2 of 8 equals 3. So that's just the words for how you would say that equation right there. And the only other thing we're going to see today is what we do when we have something like we would write log of x, but you wouldn't see a little base down here. So if you see something like that, it's implied that it is log base 10 of x. So anytime there isn't anything written down here, it's just going to be a 10. So let's practice converting. So we're going to convert from the logarithmic form, or to the logarithmic form down here first. So let me make sure you guys can see this. All right, so we're going to start with 5 squared equals 25. So we're going to convert that. We'll write our log, then our base, which is 5, log base 5 of 25 equals, and then we write our exponent, which is 2. So same thing for all of these. So we'll do log base 3 of 243 equals 5. And then we'll do the next one, log base 10 of 10,000 equals 4. And for this one, you don't have to put your exponent down here if you do not want, or your base, excuse me, down here. It's implied, so you can put the 10 there, but you do not have to, just like we said right up here in this example. Down here, we have log, and what we're going to put next is our base. So we have our 6, and then that is to the 1/6. Log base 6 of 1/6 equals, and that's -1 for our exponent. And last one down here, log base 25 of 5 equals 1/2. So that's all we're doing for number 1. So you're just going to convert those from exponential to log form. And for number 2, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to start with our log form, and we're going to convert that to exponential form. So we are going to take our 9, we're going to raise it to 1, and that equals 9. For this one, we will take 8. Oh, excuse me. We're going to take 2, raised to the third power, and get 8. Next one, we'll take 8 to the 1/3 power. That's going to give us 2. Next one is 4 to the -2. So remember, anytime we have an exponent that's negative, think about what we need to do for that. And we need to change that. Remember, this is like it's in the top, so I'm going to put this over here. It's like saying 4 to the negative 2 over 1. So we need to reverse that fraction so that exponent becomes positive. So it's now 1 over 4 squared. So that becomes 1 over 16. And then our last one is b to the 0. And we know anything raised to the 0 power, remind us right there, is 1. So there you go. That's the first sheet. The second page is just a little bit more extra practice. So we'll start with A. It says evaluate without a calculator. So if you have these and you're going to evaluate these without a calculator, you're just going to change it to exponent form. So for this one, we're going to take 5. We're going to raise it to, well, we don't know yet, so we're going to solve for that and set it equal to 125. So then you have to figure out what your exponent is. So 5 raised to what equals 125? And your answer is 3. Same thing for B. We're taking 4. We have nothing over here, so this is like our y. So this is what we're solving for here. So 4 to the, let's say, to the y equals 64. So you have to think about what exponent that is. And I'm going to tell you it's 3, but I'm going to say double check just to be sure. So I think you guys can see that. If you're not 100% sure, you can just kind of guess and check. So I would take 4 and raise it to the second power. That's 16. So as I keep going up, 4 to the third, that gives me 64. So same with the first one. You can do the same thing. For C, we're raising 10. You can put to the y if that's easier for you guys. So 10 to the y equals 100. So same thing again. I'm going to clear this here. And I'm going to start with 10 squared. 10 squared. And that's 100. So my answer is 2 for C. Same thing down for D. We'll rewrite that. So 2 to the y. We'll set this equal to y. Equals 16. So we'll just do some guessing and checking here. So I'll do 2 squared. 2 to the third. 2 to the fourth, and there's my answer. So my answer is 4. And same thing for E here. So I'm going to do 5 raised to what power is going to give me 1/25. So just like on the other side, what do we remember? If we want to reverse something, if we want to put it on the bottom of the fraction, if it's going to be in the denominator, we have a negative exponent. So if you guys know what number is going to give us 25, we're just going to have to make that negative. So 5 squared, when we put that into our calculator, gives us 25. But remember, we need to reverse it. So if we did 5 to the negative 2, then we would have to reverse that. So it's 1 over 5 squared, which becomes 1/25. So our answer is that negative 2. And then last one here, we're going to do 10 to the y equals 1,000. So we'll just try that on our calculator too. So we'll start with 10 squared, then 10 to the third, and that gives us 1,000. So your final answer for that one is 3.